On this episode of Sawdust, we're heading over to our 10,000 square foot oceanfront historic project. There's about 2,000 square feet of one level space that has an EPDM flat roof on top of it. It's failing and it needs to be replaced. But we've got a couple thousand square feet of living space that we need to keep dry. One of those spaces is an exact replica of one of the rooms in the Titanic. It's got all of this intricate plasterwork and stained glass windows, so we certainly don't want water in that area. So the challenge is, how do we keep this area dry and protected for about 6 weeks, where we replace the EPDM with a newer, better product called Erecting. So we came up with a solution to frame this structure to protect from the elements while we replace this roof. So let's head over to Matt Morgan and he'll show us more on this project. I'm Jeff Sweener, President and CEO of Sweener Builders. For more than 30 years, we've been building coastal homes meant to last 100+ years. Our team of talented craftsmen and design professionals are committed to delivering extraordinary results through the best practices and techniques in custom home building. Our final product has to be beautiful, highly efficient, and use advanced building science to stand up to the harsh coastal conditions. On this season of Sawdust, we're pulling back the curtain to give you an inside look at what we do.
Hi, I'm Matt Morgan. I'm an architect, project manager, site super for Sweener Builders. Our next big project here is to replace the exterior roof that is leaking. So the big challenge now is to build a temporary enclosed structure to remove the roof, and then once we open that up, we'll see what damaged timbers or members are. We'll replace those, put a new roof system on there to protect this lower level. So this is week one of at our project house. We've got a bunch of framing going on for our temporary roof structure. Material up behind us is getting moved down with the lull. We have several framing stations to build our temporary framing structure components, which will be going in later this week. These A-frame structures are about 30 feet long by about 8 feet at the bottom. They will span from the left side of the house all the way around, and you can see the ledger board up there. We will attach some joists there that will connect onto our A-frame structure, and it'll be covered with reinforced poly, creating a watertight temporary structure for us to do our work throughout this season. So the next step in this process of the temporary enclosure is they're going to take these A-frame components and they're going to stand these up 8 foot on center all the way around the building. They'll stand off the building 4 feet, and then they'll be strapped together using 2x4 members to do cross bracing, and that'll take place in the next couple days. So you'll see a lot of activity. grew up in the construction industry, originally from Montana. So when I moved out here, the goal was to be able to meld the architecture and the construction. And this project lends itself perfectly to my background as being a preservation architect, as well as being in construction. This project has created a lot of challenges, basically from the ground up. Moisture issues, being on the ocean, constantly bombarded with rain, snow, wind. Just a unique set of challenges in every aspect. So here we are in our project house, where, as you can see, we've made quite a bit of progress in the last few weeks with our tenting structure, so we can begin the repairs on the roof. As you can see, they've got most of the towers up. You guys probably have a few more days with the actual framing, and then we will spend a couple days getting the plastic tarping over to get the whole space watertight so we can start doing the interior work. So the way that we installed this poly, we have 20-foot wide rolls by 100 feet long. We start up at the eaves, so we strap it down, and then we drop it over so it's a continuous horizontal seam. And then we strap it at the joints so that any water that is on top has the ability to run down the top, down the face, and over. This reinforced poly, we like to use this on any exterior application where it's going to be subjected to a significant amount of wind and rain. So we're in the final stages at our project house of getting the exterior tenting, as you can see. We've got all the framing complete. The reinforced polys in the final stages. They're putting the strapping on, and then we can start putting in the new roof membrane.
So now we're here on the roof at the oceanfront property showing the dur deck that we had put down. It had a rubber roof on here that was in the process of failing all over the place. We were coming up with different materials to use, and dur deck became the obvious choice because of its longevity. On the ocean, dur deck probably lasts about 25 to 30 years, where an EPDM roof will probably last about 15. So you get almost twice the longevity. This is such a big roof area. It would have taken us probably about 7 to 10 days more to do this project if we didn't have the tent. So we probably saved, I would say, at least 200 to 300 man hours. The center part right here is familiarly called the Titanic room. So this right here was crucial because of the intricate plaster work down below. The plaster work was so detailed and so intricate that there's just no way of replicating that. There really isn't. So it was key to making sure this area stayed dry.
So you can see the temporary structure is now disassembled and the roof is 100% complete. We unscrewed everything and we'll end up repurposing all of that framing material, and it will end up going to other jobs. We had the roof exposed for 4 to 5 weeks while we replaced it, and it's important to note that we did not get a drop of water in the house during that time. So that's a wrap for this episode of Sawdust. Please follow along. We'll be back to this property for another project or two, along with all the other projects that we have going on, where we show you how we do it.
Next time on Sawdust.
It was definitely the most challenging ceiling that I've faced in my career.